In this video, we're diving into the philosophy of Stoicism, a timeless guide for navigating life's challenges. If someone has broken your heart, don't waste your energy on revenge. Instead, take these powerful steps inspired by Stoic principles to reclaim your peace, strength, and purpose. Stay tuned to discover how to rise above pain, transform your perspective, and embrace true inner resilience. Let's begin. Number 1. Control what you can. Let go of the rest. Life often feels like a balancing act between what we can influence and what lies beyond our control. Many of us wrestle with uncertainty, worry, or frustration when things don't go as planned. The truth is, holding on to the illusion that we can control everything only drains our energy and steals our peace of mind. But what if we shifted our perspective and embraced a principle that has guided countless successful and fulfilled individuals? Control what you can and let go of the rest. This mindset isn't about passivity or giving up. It's about focus, resilience, and living more intentionally. To understand this principle, let's start with what control truly means. There are aspects of life that are firmly within our grasp. Our actions, thoughts, responses, and decisions. These are the areas where our power lies. For instance, you can't control the weather, but you can decide to carry an umbrella when it looks like rain. You can't dictate how others feel about you, but you can choose how you interact with them. Recognizing this distinction can empower us to invest energy where it matters most, into the things that we can actually influence. By focusing on what's within our control, we build confidence, foster productivity, and reduce unnecessary stress. On the flip side, there's an enormous amount in life that lies completely outside our control. Other people's opinions, the actions of others, global events, or even the past. These are the areas where we often waste our energy, replaying scenarios in our heads or trying to change outcomes that are already set in stone. The more we cling to the uncontrollable, the more frustration we invite into our lives. Letting go of these concerns doesn't mean ignoring them entirely. It means acknowledging their existence without letting them dictate your emotions or actions. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of what cannot be changed and redirecting your energy toward growth and positivity. Letting go of what you can't control is not always easy. It requires self-awareness, practice, and often a deep trust in the process of life. One helpful approach is to pause and ask yourself, is this within my power to change? If the answer is no, consider how dwelling on it serves you. Most of the time it doesn't. Instead, accept the situation for what it is and shift your attention to what you can influence, your attitude, your next steps, or your perspective. Over time, this habit strengthens your ability to stay calm in the face of uncertainty and to adapt more easily to life's challenges. Another key part of this principle is mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, we learn to stay grounded in the present moment, rather than being consumed by worries about the future or regrets about the past. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts without judgment, helping us distinguish between what is within our control and what isn't. This practice not only nurtures emotional resilience but also enhances our ability to respond thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively. The result? A more centered and empowered version of ourselves. Letting go doesn't mean abandoning responsibility or ambition. Quite the contrary. It's about focusing your efforts where they will make the most impact. Imagine pouring water into a bucket with a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you pour, the water will leak out, leaving you drained. Now imagine sealing the hole and pouring your energy into a solid, reliable container. That's the difference between trying to control the uncontrollable and channeling your efforts into what you can shape. When we stop chasing what's out of reach, we create space for meaningful progress in areas that truly matter. Embracing this mindset doesn't happen overnight, but small steps can lead to significant change. Start by identifying your spheres of control. Make a list of things you can influence, your habits, your goals, and your mindset. Then, write down the things you can't control, such as other people's behavior or the past. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, revisit these lists to remind yourself where your energy is best spent. With practice, you'll find it easier to release the mental and emotional burdens that come from clinging to the uncontrollable. This principle also aligns with the wisdom found in philosophies like Stoicism and teachings from spiritual traditions around the world. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Similarly, many spiritual teachings emphasize surrender, not as a sign of weakness, but as an act of profound strength and wisdom. When we let go of what we cannot change, we create room for peace, clarity, and acceptance to take root. Ultimately, controlling what you can and letting go of the rest is about reclaiming your power. It's about recognizing that while life is unpredictable, you are not powerless. By focusing on what you can influence and releasing what you can't, you open yourself to a life of greater freedom, purpose, and joy. So, take a deep breath, let go of the weight you've been carrying, and turn your attention to the areas where your choices truly make a difference. It's in those moments of focus and surrender that life begins to unfold in its most authentic and fulfilling way. Number 2, practice emotional discipline. In our fast-paced world, emotions often take the driver's seat, steering us in directions we may later regret. However, practicing emotional discipline isn't about suppressing your feelings or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about learning to navigate them with grace and intentionality. Emotions, like waves, rise and fall. They demand acknowledgement, but not total control over our actions. Emotional discipline begins with mindfulness, the ability to pause, take a step back, and observe your feelings without judgment. Imagine being able to recognize anger bubbling up in a stressful moment, but choosing to respond with calm words instead of heated ones. That's the power of emotional discipline. This practice isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Emotional discipline helps us respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. It teaches us to differentiate between what we can control and what we must let go. For example, consider a colleague's harsh comment during a meeting. You can't control their behavior, but you can control how you interpret and react to it. Instead of spiraling into frustration, emotional discipline allows you to pause, evaluate, and let go of the need to react emotionally. Holding on to anger or resentment often hurts you more than the other person. Letting go becomes a gift you give yourself, a release from the heavy weight of grudges and negativity. Letting go isn't synonymous with giving up. It's an act of self-preservation, freeing mental and emotional energy for what truly matters. When we let go of unnecessary baggage, unrealistic expectations, past mistakes, or the need to control others, we create space for growth, peace, and resilience. It's essential to recognize that letting go doesn't mean dismissing important responsibilities or relationships. Instead, it involves accepting that we can't micromanage every outcome or please everyone. Cultivating emotional discipline and letting go is a gradual process, often requiring self-reflection and tools like journaling, therapy, or mindfulness exercises. Start by identifying recurring triggers that unsettle you. Do certain topics or situations consistently cause stress? By acknowledging these triggers, you take the first step toward regaining control. The next step is reframing your perspective. Instead of seeing a stressful event as an attack, view it as an opportunity to practice patience and resilience. Breathing exercises, meditation, and positive affirmations are powerful tools for building emotional discipline. A simple pause and deep breath in the heat of the moment can create the mental space needed to choose a calmer response. Affirmations like, "I am in control of my reactions," or "This too shall pass," remind us that we are not powerless against our emotions. Over time, these small practices build a foundation of strength, enabling us to handle life's challenges with grace. It's also important to acknowledge that emotional discipline isn't about avoiding or invalidating emotions. Sadness, anger, and frustration are part of the human experience. They're signals that something within us needs attention. By addressing these emotions constructively, whether through open communication, creative outlets, or quiet reflection, we validate our feelings without letting them dictate our lives. Another essential aspect of letting go is forgiving yourself and others. Carrying guilt or harboring resentment keeps you tethered to the past. Forgiveness doesn't excuse hurtful behavior. It liberates you from the pain of reliving it. When you forgive, you reclaim your energy and focus, redirecting it toward building a brighter present and future. Practicing emotional discipline also enriches your relationships. When you let go of the need to control others or win every argument, you make space for authentic connections. You learn to set healthy boundaries, communicate more effectively, and resolve conflicts without letting emotions escalate. Your ability to remain calm under pressure can inspire those around you to do the same, fostering a more supportive and understanding environment. Ultimately, emotional discipline and letting go are acts of self-love. They're commitments to your well-being and mental clarity, offering a sense of freedom that only comes when you stop clinging to what you cannot change. Life will always bring its share of challenges, but your ability to navigate them without becoming overwhelmed lies in your willingness to practice emotional discipline and let go of the rest. By embracing this mindset, you empower yourself to live more intentionally, make better decisions, and find peace even in the face of uncertainty. Emotional discipline and the art of letting go are lifelong skills, but each step you take toward mastering them brings you closer to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Remember, you can't always control the waves, but you can learn to surf. Number 3. Reframe the pain. Pain, in its many forms, is a universal experience, one that binds humanity in shared vulnerability. It can manifest physically, emotionally, or even spiritually, reminding us of our limitations, but it also carries an inherent opportunity for growth and transformation. Reframe the pain is not merely an optimistic catchphrase. It is a radical shift in perspective that invites us to see pain not as an adversary but as a teacher. This mindset encourages us to explore what pain can reveal about our inner selves, our needs, and our capacity for resilience. By reframing pain, we allow it to be a stepping stone rather than an anchor, guiding us toward understanding, empathy, and strength. To reframe pain, one must first acknowledge its presence. Suppressing pain may offer temporary relief, but it often leads to unresolved tension that surfaces later in more complex ways. Acceptance is not surrender. Rather, it is a courageous act of confronting reality as it is, without judgment. This acceptance allows us to ask vital questions. What is this pain telling me? Is it warning me of a physical issue that requires attention, or is it pointing to an emotional wound that needs healing? By reframing pain as a signal rather than a punishment, we can unlock its potential as a guide towards self-awareness. Pain, particularly emotional pain, often stems from our attachment to specific outcomes or expectations. We grieve when reality does not align with our desires. While this is a natural response, reframing pain means recognizing that disappointment, loss, or failure does not define our worth or potential. Instead of fixating on what was lost, we can focus on what remains or what new opportunities might arise. This shift does not erase the pain, but empowers us to find purpose in its midst. For example, a person mourning the end of a relationship might, through introspection, uncover patterns or behaviors that need addressing, leading to healthier relationships in the future. This is the transformative power of reframing. It turns adversity into an opportunity for growth. Another way to reframe pain is by leaning into the wisdom of shared humanity. Pain often isolates, creating the illusion that we suffer alone. However, recognizing that pain is a universal experience fosters connection and empathy. When we openly share our struggles with others, we not only lighten our own burden, but also create space for others to feel seen and supported. The act of transforming personal pain into a source of communal strength has been a cornerstone of countless support groups, from addiction recovery meetings to grief counseling. Through vulnerability, we reframe pain as a bridge to connection rather than a wall of isolation. Physical pain presents its own challenges in the reframing process. While chronic pain or illness can feel all-encompassing, Adopting a reframed perspective can help individuals focus on what their bodies can still achieve rather than what limitations exist. Pain management techniques like mindfulness, meditation, and movement therapy encourage individuals to coexist with pain rather than battle against it. For instance, mindfulness practices teach us to observe physical sensations without attaching to them emotionally, which can reduce the suffering caused by our mental resistance to pain. This does not mean the pain vanishes. Rather, it means our relationship to the pain evolves, reducing its power over our lives. Resilience is a natural byproduct of reframing pain. When we choose to see pain as an inevitable, though temporary, part of life, we become less afraid of it. The next challenge does not loom as an insurmountable obstacle, but as another opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow. This shift in perspective builds a foundation of inner strength, teaching us that while we cannot always control what happens, we can control how we respond. Reframing pain thus becomes a practice of empowerment, transforming victims of circumstance into active participants in their healing journey. Ultimately, reframing pain is not about romanticizing suffering or dismissing its difficulties. It is about reclaiming agency over our narratives. Pain is not a monolith. It is multifaceted and deeply personal. But in reframing how we view and respond to it, we take steps toward liberation. We learn to honor our struggles without being defined by them, to find meaning even in moments of darkness, and to emerge with a renewed appreciation for life's complexity. Reframing pain transforms what was once a source of despair into a wellspring of strength, growth, and connection, proving that even in our most vulnerable moments, there is power to be found. Number 4. Rise above life often throws challenges our way, testing our limits and pushing us into unfamiliar territories. Rise Above is the powerful story of a young individual, Mia, who faces the trials of a world that seems to conspire against her. Born into a working-class family in a bustling city, Mia's dreams of becoming a renowned artist always felt like they were just out of reach. The weight of societal expectations, financial constraints, and her own self-doubt threatened to drown her aspirations. But Mia's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of perseverance and hope. From an early age, Mia found solace in art. Her small bedroom became her sanctuary, its walls adorned with sketches and vibrant paintings that reflected her dreams. However, as she grew older, life's harsh realities began to close in. Her father's health deteriorated, leading to mounting medical bills, and Mia had to balance multiple jobs to help make ends meet. The long hours left little time for creativity, and her passion for art began to feel like a distant memory. Her heart ached every time she walked past the local art gallery, its windows showcasing masterpieces she could only dream of creating. But even in her darkest moments, a spark of determination burned within Mia. Encouraged by her childhood friend Ethan, who often reminded her of her immense talent, Mia decided to take a leap of faith. With what little savings she had, she enrolled in evening art classes at a community center. It was here that she met Mrs. Callahan, an elderly art teacher with a keen eye for talent and a heart full of wisdom. Mrs. Callahan saw in Mia a raw potential and an unparalleled dedication, and she became Mia's mentor, pushing her to embrace her unique style and express her innermost feelings through her art. As Mia honed her craft, she faced countless setbacks. Rejected by prestigious art competitions and struggling to sell her paintings, she often questioned if the sacrifices were worth it. But every rejection became a stepping stone, teaching her to adapt and refine her work. Slowly, she began to gain recognition within her community. Her art, characterized by its vivid colors and deeply emotional undertones, started to resonate with people, telling stories of struggle, hope, and triumph. One pivotal moment came when Mia decided to submit her work to the city's annual art exhibition. Despite her fears, she poured her soul into a painting titled Rise Above, a breathtaking depiction of a phoenix emerging from ashes, symbolizing rebirth and resilience. The piece, inspired by her own journey, captivated the judges and the audience alike, earning her the first prize. This victory marked the beginning of Mia's rise in the art world, as galleries and collectors began to take notice of her talent. Mia's story is not just about achieving success, but about the transformation that occurs when one chooses to persevere, despite overwhelming odds. Her journey teaches us that setbacks are not the end, but rather the stepping stones to greatness. She reminds us that while the road to fulfilling our dreams is seldom easy, it is the challenges we face and overcome that shape our character and define our stories. Rise Above is more than just a narrative about a young artist. It is a celebration of resilience, a call to embrace our struggles, and a reminder that we all have the power to transform our lives. Mia's story encourages us to look within, find our inner strength, and rise above the obstacles in our path. Her journey resonates with anyone who has ever dared to dream, faced adversity, and emerged stronger on the other side. Whether you're an artist, a dreamer, or someone searching for inspiration, Mia's tale offers a profound message. No matter how daunting the challenges, we all have the capacity to rise above and create something beautiful out of the ashes. Let her story inspire you to pick up the brush of your own life and paint a masterpiece of resilience and hope. Number 5. Redirect your energy. Energy is one of the most vital aspects of our existence. It's what powers our actions, fuels our thoughts, and drives us toward our goals. Yet how often do we stop to ask ourselves, where is my energy going? Many of us pour our energy into pursuits that do little to nourish our growth or bring us closer to fulfillment. We might find ourselves caught in cycles of overthinking, scrolling endlessly on our phones, or dwelling on things beyond our control. The problem isn't a lack of energy, it's a matter of direction. Learning to redirect your energy is like discovering a secret map to your best self. It's about harnessing your focus and efforts in ways that truly matter. Imagine your energy as a flowing river. If that river is channeled toward fertile soil, it nurtures growth, creating abundance. But if it spills into barren lands or gets stuck in a stagnant pond, it loses its potential. Redirecting your energy starts with awareness. Take a moment to reflect on where your mental, emotional, and physical energy is going. Are you investing in activities that align with your values and goals? Or are you losing momentum to distractions and negativity? Self-awareness is the foundation for change. It helps you identify energy leaks, those habits, relationships, or thought patterns that drain you without adding value. One of the most powerful ways to redirect your energy is by setting clear intentions. Intentions act as a compass, guiding your actions and helping you stay focused on what truly matters. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," you might set the intention, "I will prioritize my well-being by exercising 3 times a week and eating nourishing foods." This clarity transforms vague desires into actionable goals. It gives your energy a purpose and direction, making it easier to avoid distractions. Another critical aspect of redirecting energy is learning to let go. Many of us hold on to past mistakes, unresolved conflicts, or unrealistic expectations. These mental burdens consume a significant amount of our energy, leaving us feeling drained and stuck. Letting go doesn't mean ignoring problems or avoiding responsibility. It means accepting what you cannot change and focusing on what you can. Forgiveness, both of yourself and others, is a powerful tool in this process. It frees up emotional energy that can be redirected toward building a brighter future. Time management plays a crucial role in energy redirection. Our energy is finite, and how we spend our time determines how much we achieve. Start by prioritizing tasks that align with your goals and eliminate or delegate those that don't. Tools like to-do lists, time blocking, or digital calendars can help you organize your day more effectively. Remember, every minute you spend on something unimportant is a minute taken away from what truly matters. Guard your time and energy like precious resources, because that's exactly what they are. Physical health is another key area to consider. Your body is the vessel for your energy, and its condition directly affects your ability to focus and act. Regular exercise, sufficient sleep, and a balanced diet are not just good habits. They're essential practices for maintaining high energy levels. If you feel sluggish or unfocused, take a step back and assess your physical health. Small changes, like taking a short walk during lunch breaks or drinking more water, can make a big difference. Equally important is nurturing your mental and emotional well-being. Surround yourself with positivity, uplifting people, inspiring books, and activities that bring you joy. Limit exposure to negativity, whether it comes from toxic relationships, excessive news consumption, or critical self-talk. Gratitude is a powerful way to shift your energy toward the positive. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what you're thankful for. This simple practice trains your mind to focus on abundance rather than lack, redirecting your energy toward optimism and hope. Finally, remember the importance of rest and rejuvenation. Redirecting your energy doesn't mean constantly striving or pushing yourself. It also means knowing when to pause. Rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Taking time to recharge allows you to return to your goals with renewed vigor and clarity. Whether it's a quiet evening with a book, a meditation session, or a weekend getaway, make self-care a priority. When you take care of yourself, you ensure that your energy is sustainable and available for what truly matters. Redirecting your energy is not a one-time act. It's an ongoing practice. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way and distractions will always exist. But with awareness, intention, and consistent effort, you can take control of where your energy goes. By focusing on what uplifts and empowers you, you can achieve more, feel more fulfilled, and grow into the best version of yourself. So, take a deep breath, reflect on your energy flow, and start redirecting it today. Your future self will thank you. Number 6. Cultivate forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most profound and transformative acts of the human spirit. It allows us to release the burden of resentment, free ourselves from the shackles of anger, and step into a place of peace and clarity. At its core, forgiveness isn't about condoning harmful behavior or forgetting the pain we've endured. Instead, it's about reclaiming our inner power and choosing not to let past wounds define our present or dictate our future. To cultivate forgiveness is to engage in an act of liberation, not for those who have wronged us, but for ourselves. It's the conscious decision to stop letting bitterness corrode our joy or hinder our emotional growth. Forgiveness begins with self-reflection. When we hold on to grudges, it's often because the pain feels like an anchor, keeping us tethered to a moment that demands acknowledgement. Yet, in doing so, we risk becoming trapped in a cycle of reliving that pain. Taking time to reflect on the hurt and its impact allows us to better understand our feelings and the need for healing. By naming the emotions, anger, betrayal, sadness, or disappointment, we take the first step toward confronting them. Acknowledging these feelings doesn't mean we let them control us. Instead, it empowers us to take ownership of our experiences without being overwhelmed by them. Forgiveness also requires empathy, not just for the other person, but for ourselves. It involves recognizing that we all make mistakes, and sometimes the actions of others stem from their own unhealed wounds or personal struggles. This perspective doesn't excuse their behavior, but fosters compassion, helping us see the humanity in both ourselves and others. It's important to remember that forgiveness is a process, not a singular event. It often unfolds in layers, with small steps that gradually build toward letting go. On some days, we might feel like the weight of anger has lifted, only for it to resurface later. That's okay. Healing is rarely linear. Self-forgiveness is another critical piece of the puzzle. Too often, we hold ourselves to impossibly high standards and berate ourselves for past mistakes or perceived failures. Cultivating forgiveness starts within, with the recognition that growth is a lifelong journey, and imperfection is part of being human. Learning to forgive ourselves allows us to extend that same grace to others. This inner work may involve affirmations, journaling, or even therapy to help us process deep-seated guilt or shame. Practicing forgiveness doesn't mean reconciling with those who hurt us. Sometimes forgiveness means setting boundaries and maintaining distance to protect our well-being. Reconciliation is a separate matter, requiring mutual effort and genuine remorse from both parties. Forgiveness, however, is a unilateral choice, one we make for ourselves, regardless of the other person's actions or intentions. It's an act of releasing our grip on the pain, not necessarily the relationship. Gratitude can also play a pivotal role in the journey toward forgiveness. By focusing on the positive aspects of our lives, we can shift our perspective away from the negativity tied to the hurt. This doesn't diminish our pain, but helps us cultivate a sense of balance and hope. Gratitude reminds us of our resilience and the support systems that have helped us through difficult times. It reaffirms that, despite the hurt, there is still so much in life worth celebrating. Forgiveness is not weakness. It's a sign of strength and courage. It takes vulnerability to confront our wounds and humility to let go of the need for revenge or retribution. As we cultivate forgiveness, we create space for joy, love, and connection to flourish. We remind ourselves that we are not defined by what happens to us, but by how we respond. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, a testament to our resilience, our capacity for growth, and our commitment to living a life free from the shadows of the past. In choosing to forgive, we embark on a path of transformation. It's a journey that may challenge us deeply, but it also promises profound rewards. With each act of forgiveness, we lighten the emotional load we carry, opening our hearts to greater peace and understanding. In doing so, we reclaim the narrative of our lives, no longer victims of the past, but architects of a brighter, freer future. Cultivating forgiveness is a practice, one that requires patience, intention, and self-compassion. Yet in embracing it, we unlock the potential to heal not only ourselves, but also the world around us. Number 7, focus on gratitude. In the whirlwind of life, it's easy to get swept up in the pressures of daily routines, unfulfilled desires, and the endless pursuit of what's next. But amidst this ceaseless rush, a simple yet powerful practice can transform how we view the world: gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, inviting a profound sense of contentment and joy into our lives. It's more than just saying thank you when someone holds the door for you. It's a deliberate mindset of appreciation for the people, experiences, and even challenges that shape your journey. Practicing gratitude is like cultivating a garden. The more you nurture it, the more beauty it brings into your life. Scientific studies have shown that individuals who regularly practice gratitude experience improved mental health, reduced stress, and even enhanced physical well-being. The benefits aren't just fleeting. They build a foundation for resilience, happiness, and stronger relationships. Gratitude begins with awareness. Take a moment each day to pause and reflect on the good around you, no matter how small. Did the sun peek through your window this morning? Did a friend check in on you? Did you accomplish something, however minor, that brought you a sense of pride? These moments often go unnoticed, overshadowed by the demands of daily life, but they hold immense power when acknowledged. Keeping a gratitude journal can help make this a daily habit. By writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day, you train your mind to seek the positive. Over time, this practice rewires your brain, making gratitude a natural and integral part of your thought process. Gratitude also deepens our connections with others. Expressing appreciation strengthens relationships by letting people know they are valued. Whether it's a heartfelt message to a loved one, a kind word to a coworker, or even a silent acknowledgement of the barista who always gets your coffee order right. These small acts of gratitude foster a sense of community and shared humanity. Importantly, gratitude isn't just reserved for positive experiences. It can also emerge from challenges. Life's difficulties often teach us lessons that lead to growth. By reflecting on these moments with gratitude, we can find meaning even in hardship, transforming setbacks into stepping stones. The practice of gratitude also grounds us in the present moment. It's a powerful antidote to the anxiety and restlessness that come from constantly looking ahead or dwelling on the past. When we focus on what we're grateful for right now, we anchor ourselves in the here and now. This mindfulness allows us to savor life's beauty, whether it's the laughter of a child, the taste of a home-cooked meal, or the peace of a quiet evening. Such moments become richer and more fulfilling when viewed through the lens of gratitude. Incorporating gratitude into daily life doesn't require grand gestures. Start with small intentional practices. Thank someone who has positively influenced your day, meditate on things you appreciate, or even take a moment to silently appreciate nature. As you embrace gratitude, you may notice a ripple effect influencing not just your outlook but also the energy you bring into the world. Gratitude inspires generosity, kindness, and compassion, creating a positive cycle that enriches both your life and the lives of others. Ultimately, gratitude is a choice, a deliberate decision to focus on what's good rather than what's missing. It's a practice that invites abundance, not because it magically erases problems, but because it transforms how we perceive and navigate life's challenges. By shifting our perspective, gratitude opens the door to a more meaningful, joyful existence. So, take a moment today to pause, breathe, and give thanks for the gifts, big and small, that fill your life. In doing so, you not only enrich your own well-being but also radiate positivity to those around you. Number 8. Find support. Finding support during challenging times is one of the most crucial steps toward healing and growth. Support can come in many forms, from family and friends to professional counselors and even online communities. No matter where we are in life, whether facing personal struggles, health issues, or dealing with difficult emotions, seeking and finding support is essential for maintaining emotional well-being. The need for support is universal, and understanding where and how to find it can make a world of difference in overcoming life's obstacles. Support doesn't just mean receiving help. It also involves building strong, positive relationships that offer comfort and strength when we need it most. One of the first steps in finding support is recognizing the importance of asking for help. Many people, especially those who are independent or pride themselves on self-reliance, find it difficult to admit they need support. There's often a stigma around seeking assistance, particularly when it comes to mental health or emotional struggles. However, there is no shame in reaching out to others. In fact, acknowledging our vulnerability is a strength. It shows that we are aware of our limits and willing to grow beyond them, relying on the wisdom and compassion of those around us. Family and close friends often form the first line of support. These individuals know us well, and their emotional investment in our well-being can offer a sense of reassurance and comfort. They are often the people we turn to when we need someone to listen, validate our feelings, or offer advice. However, not everyone has close relationships or a supportive network at their disposal, and that can make finding support more challenging. If you don't have family or friends to rely on, it's important to explore other avenues. One valuable option is professional support. Mental health professionals such as therapists, counselors, and psychologists are trained to help individuals navigate emotional and psychological challenges. Therapy provides a safe, confidential space to explore feelings, gain insight, and develop coping strategies. There are different types of therapy, including cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, dialectical behavior therapy, DBT, and other evidence-based approaches, each tailored to address different aspects of emotional well-being. Professional support can help individuals who may struggle with anxiety, depression, trauma, or other mental health issues by providing tools and strategies to better manage their emotions and behaviors. For those facing specific challenges like grief, addiction, or relationship difficulties, there are specialized support groups that can offer guidance. Support groups provide a sense of community with others who are going through similar experiences, creating a safe environment for shared understanding and empathy. Knowing that others face similar struggles can help reduce feelings of isolation, helping individuals feel less alone in their battles. These groups can be found through hospitals, community centers, or even online platforms. Many people find that group therapy or peer-led support groups are incredibly valuable, as they provide not just professional guidance, but also the comfort of shared experiences. In the digital age, finding support has become more accessible than ever. Online communities, forums, and social media platforms offer an abundance of resources for people looking for help. Websites dedicated to mental health and well-being often have forums where individuals can anonymously share their struggles, seek advice, or offer encouragement to others. Social media groups and online therapy options provide real-time access to support, making it easier for people to get the help they need, no matter where they live. The anonymity and distance of online platforms can help individuals who might feel uncomfortable seeking help in person. They can express themselves freely, seek advice, and learn from others' experiences without fear of judgment. Even within these digital spaces, it's important to recognize the difference between positive, supportive communities and those that may offer harmful or unhelpful advice. It's essential to be discerning and seek out spaces that foster positive and empathetic interactions. Many online platforms have moderators who help ensure that members adhere to community guidelines that emphasize kindness, respect, and support. Engaging in online support groups with these values can provide a sense of belonging and solidarity. Another essential aspect of finding support is self-care. While seeking help from others is important, we must also recognize the value of self-compassion and personal growth. Learning to care for our own mental, emotional, and physical health is an integral part of finding support. Taking time for relaxation, mindfulness, and exercise can strengthen our resilience and ability to cope with difficulties. When we nurture our well-being, we are better equipped to handle life's challenges and to reach out to others when needed. Finding support is a continuous journey. As life circumstances change, so too do the sources and forms of support we require. During times of emotional upheaval, it might be a close friend or therapist that provides the necessary comfort, while at other times, support might come from reading inspiring books, practicing self-reflection, or finding solace in nature. Regardless of the form it takes, the essential element is that we recognize when we need support and take the necessary steps to find it. Asking for help, whether from loved ones, professionals, or communities, is a powerful act of self-care. It shows that we are committed to our growth, healing, and overall well-being. In conclusion, finding support is a fundamental part of navigating life's challenges. Whether it comes from family, friends, professionals, or online communities, having a support system can provide the emotional strength, guidance, and comfort we need to overcome obstacles. Support empowers us to face our difficulties, and it reminds us that we do not have to walk alone. Remember, when life brings us pain, it's not about how we react to others, but how we respond to ourselves. Stoicism teaches us that the path to peace is not through revenge, but through understanding, self-control, and growth. Instead of focusing on the hurt, focus on your own journey toward resilience. Don't let someone else's actions define your peace. By practicing forgiveness, letting go of resentment, and cultivating inner strength, you regain control over your own happiness. So, the next time life deals you a difficult hand, remember, it's not about what they did to you, but how you rise above it. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring content. Stay strong, stay grounded, and keep growing. See you next time.